what you want to see in April. It's the 20th, Tuesday morning, and yes, we do have a little bit of snow. Not gonna stick or mount to anything, but it's also gonna be 28 degrees tonight, so that will be pretty rough on any crops that have emerged.
It is just barely dry enough to put on anhydrous ammonia here in wonderful Northeast Missouri. I'm gonna help old Dad get this ammonia wagon hooked up, and then I'm gonna go see what Grandpa's doing. When I say that it's barely dry enough, I mean that the top is kind of dry, and then the bottom, you get under it and it's like, I don't know. You can push it like that. You're supposed to crumble when you do that. Amateur. Yeah, you can kind of see there that the bar it's sinking because it's so spongy and so kind of dry. Hey! Got the pin? Oh. Hands focus. Nice. Okay, that's accomplished. Now we're gonna go watch some dozer action. Maybe. Peep the 1050K that we got stuck. Yeah, that was a fun video to make. Need I say anything else? Probably can't hear it really well, but Grandpa's back here with our 850 John Deere dozer pushing some trees back into the woods. The master plan here is to make all of these trees, all those, those are gonna disappear so that they don't like sap the crop. And with that, we're going to put in terraces because this place needs them in a very bad way. This place here has some pretty good ground, but you can see like there's a spot right up here where they just disked it over every year and didn't bother to put in a terrace, and it's starting to wash. Wow, that sounds an awful lot like a John Deere bulldozer. The man running that machine is known by many names, but you'll mostly hear me call him Grandpa. He's just mainly pushing in trees so that they're not in the field. I'm gonna help him out and pick this stick up. Oh, it's an excellent way to celebrate Earth Day. That is a very big tree, and it's making the old dozer work. Oh yeah, no problem at all. There's two types of people in this world. There's drivers and there's operators. People here at Goldinger Farms, we're operators. Grandpa's doing what I believe is called grubbing within the dirt working community. He's taking the corner of a 6-way blade and he's dipping it down and under the roots of trees and stuff, and then he's kind of picking it up just a little bit and pushing it all back. I've never really been back on this farm until today, other than just kind of driving around the edge of the field. And this would appear to be a pretty decent sized sinkhole, if you would call it that, or a depression, if you will. And I believe this is the heart of the sinkhole right here. That goes down like 15 feet. I'm not about to go down there though. Way over there, one of our neighbors is out fixing ditches too. Right here is another spot where we're probably gonna need some terraces. Probably start the first one right here, go down 60 feet, another one right in here-ish, so that we can stop, this ditch from happening. Looks kind of bad. Enough years of this, you lose all this stuff. This is the good dirt that actually makes stuff produce. Like this kind of stuff's like, come on guys, really? Like, this is like 3 feet deep. How many tons of topsoil do you think have been lost over the years from ditches like that? And soil will heal itself up over time, but it takes a while, and it takes input on our part as farmers to do that as well. This is another one of those things we like to call a sinkhole. Found a bush can that is incredibly old school. So like grandmas and grandpas, you should know what this is. This is where the field used to end. Now the field's gonna end like over here. So we just gained a little bit of tillable ground. We got another side quest for today. So we're putting on ammonia, right? The ammonia bar is so wide. And there's this bridge here. We're really not sure how wide it is. So I'm gonna measure it real quick with a handy dandy measuring app on my phone. Next step is to measure the ammonia bar folded up to make sure that it fits through the bridge. We ended up Just going the alternative route rather than taking off half the ammonia bar trying to fit through a little tiny bridge. Yeah, who TF ordered more rain? This morning I have the awesome task of rebuilding a John Deere float ride seat for my 730. I got all of the old bushings and pins drove out last night, and I didn't video that because I was kind of frustrated with the whole thing. And I have all the new ones put in. Now I just have to put this wonderful piece of 50s engineering back together. Kids, don't try this at home. After about 3 times of putting this together and taking apart, I did get it together actually. And this plate's supposed to be on here, but yeah, I'm not dealing with that because that was a pain. So now I'm just driving the roll pins in, and I still have this bar across it to keep everything where it's supposed to be. But this is almost rebuilt. I'm very excited right now. I get to use my new-to-me lawnmower with wheels.
Anyway, the thing's full of fuel.
I'm gonna park the sprayer real quick, and then Dad gave me the all clear to work some ground with the new 9620 RX and the field cultivator. So I'm kind of excited for that. Oh boy, I'm kind of excited. I am undescribably happy right now. I've been waiting for this for quite a while. Making some decent progress here. However, I don't like the job that this thing's doing. So we're gonna go and adjust this thing so that it does a better job. These are only set at the second most aggressive setting right now. And we want them to be aggressive. And you tap that, put the pin back in. Then you put your keeper back on. That is important. Rinse and repeat. The other 1, 2, 3, 4, like 10 times. Got that done. And just look at this view. For the fellas on here that are John Deere guidance savvy, we're just running all of our stuff through this one screen, going about 9 miles an hour, just kind of cruising along. God, look at that view. This thing pulls this field cultivator like it's not even there. The sun's just about gone down, and truthfully, if you've seen one pass of this, you've seen it 1,000 times. So I'm not really gonna video a whole lot of it, you know, it's kind of boring. I finished this 100 and something acre field that I was in. Now we're gonna fold up and head across the railroad tracks to another part of this farm that accidentally, I guess, got cut off by the railroad umpteen years ago, which is really inconvenient because A, we have to fold up, B, we have to drive over there, and C, it would be a really nice field, like good running, if the railroad hadn't cut clean through it, you know. It is now midnight, and I have about this much done. I don't actually know how much it is, but that's how much I have done. I had a friend give me a ride back to my car sitting over there, and he advised me to just stop and go home. And I think I'm actually gonna listen to the guy. I'm kind of tired, you know? I haven't eaten anything since 2 o'clock. GN streaks. Don't hit me up. Good schmorning, folks. I got up at about 7-ish. I got back in and actually got to bed at like 12:40, so sleep we're a little lacking on. I did come down to Hannibal and get some Yummy's donuts, though. Kitty cat update. They have reached the very ornery and rotten stage. Meow. Made it to the farm that we're going to be planting today. This is actually the field that I worked last night. Or the first field that I worked last night, anyways. Dad's coming around the corner now with his seed tender. So part of field cultivating is you have to change the sweeps when they get thin, like this one. Here's another one that's getting kind of on the thin side. So I'd just as soon hit them off and replace them now than have to hit them off and replace them later. And to replace these, you need a hammer. You hit it off, and you get you a new one. You see how much difference there is here. Get a new one, slide it up on there. Some parts of this field here are kind of odd shaped, so you end up with end rows kind of in the middle of the field. But I've actually started on end rows now, and my flag is kind of uncurled. Everything's working down pretty nice. I really can't complain. Our guy Rob is also going to be making a special appearance today. This used to be an old railroad bed. Well, actually, I guess the railroad's still over here. But I saw something cool over here, and my curiosity got the best of me. This is like an old power line here, and these insulators are glass, so I think I'm gonna borrow a couple of them. Yep, old copper line right there. I get to climb my fat self back over this fence and get back in the tractor. Oh, this is interesting. So the center section lists, but the outer ones don't. It's an interesting development. Try folding the whole thing up, and then I'm really not sure why it's doing this. I think we're just gonna try old reliable, which is turn it off and then hope that the problem goes away. Finally get to video some real planting action today. He looks pretty mean with the running lights there under the headlights. Turning planters around is probably one of the cooler things that you can do. Dad's shaking his head at me in the cab. I'll do anything to get the shot. We're right here by the central commodity tank, so we can kind of see everything that's going on. Since my tractor's broken, I really don't have anything better to do than come and video someone else working. I think this is pretty fun, you know? Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go back to college here in not too long. Well, first I need to go back to the house and get all my things ready, probably eat something, maybe mow the yard. My farming activities might be coming to an end pretty soon. We're coming into the turn right here. Now, all these roads have road shutoffs on them, so they all stop planting once they cross an area that's already been planted. And here we turn. We found the problem. It was this little thing right here that was in the wrong orientation, and now it works. I had planned on finishing that farm that I was at and then going to another one and finishing it. Since that whole problem though took about 2 hours, I am now out of time to do that. So I'm gonna get the 4320, gonna go get my 6-row planter and get all the corn meters so I can switch it over to plant sweet corn and sunflowers. And I'm gonna mow and I'm gonna get my things ready so that I can leave. Okay, that didn't take very long. Well, we made it home. Planter is safe. I got really ambitious today and I decided to come and work some more ground. There she's flying. It's working down pretty nice though. It's now 5 o'clock and I really intended to be home by right now eating. I had one of my friends come out here and run the tractor, and I sat with him in the cab for about a half hour, told him what to do, and then rode with him for 2 rounds, and he seemed like he had it under control, so I turned him loose. And then I called Dad and I told him this excellent development, and Dad did not think that was okay. So I came back, and we're gonna transfer from this good running here over to a field that's not so good running, and then see how he does in that kind of running. And then we'll put him over here. I hope he gets it done because I would like to go home and eat and, you know, go back to Columbia in a decent time. But it's looking like that might not be happening today. I did a little bit more job training with our new employee, and I think he's ready to go now. I just hope I don't get a phone call in 20 minutes after I leave saying, I broke it. That wouldn't be very fun. But I think he's got it. So I'm coming home, right? And I look at the side of the highway where I mowed earlier, and I think, gee whiz, that doesn't look like it's been mowed. The reason that it looks like that it hasn't been mowed is because, guess what? I forgot to mow it. It happens. I'm human. I had to come out here and check on him. A, because I forgot my Pearl Snap that has my AirPods and my mask in it, because, you know, we still are dealing with the whole coronavirus thing. And I thought I could get some action shots here. Time for some go juice, and then it is back to Columbia. We technically got like 3 weeks of school left, but actually only 2, since I only have to take one final. Today has been a long day. I've already been awake for over 12 hours, and I got about 5 hours of sleep the night before, so it's just kind of been a long day. Of course, we have to say goodbye to the puppy. Come on, guys. Did you really think I was going to make a YouTube video and not get memes? It's the end of the video. It's been a long weekend, trust me. But I'd like to thank everybody for watching. And if you enjoy my videos, I suggest going and checking out Bassin' with Brody. It's one of my friends, Brody, hence the name. And I think he's got some good content coming. And he's a funny guy. You should go check him out. But anyways, thanks for watching. And subscribe if you haven't already. You're missing out. And I think we'll catch you guys on the next one. Time for school.